What are some deep, thought-provoking questions to ask someone to know them better? At the end of Pete Holmes' podcast You Made It Weird, he always asks what's the hardest you've laughed? Doesn't have to be the literal hardest, but whatever pops in their head first. I find that question always gets a good conversation going. Usually shows who's important to them, what's important, etc. Which parallel universe versions of yourself would you want to meet and why? A question a guy asked me during the first few days of college. Him, do you have a girlfriend? OP, nope. Him, you don't have one or you don't want one? The second question sent me into deep introspection. But me and the guy became lifelong friends. Edit, clarification, we both are guys and, for the lack of a better phrase, no homo. But it's nice to know this for future reference. Why is your favorite book/movie/game your favorite? Everybody's got a favorite, blank, but asking them what they love about it is a great way to learn more about their interests and to learn more about them as a person. What level of toastiness do you like your toast? Depends on why I'm trying to get to know them in the first place. Once when my roommate and I were searching for a third roommate for our new apartment, the first question we asked applicants was, who's your favorite Pokemon? It caught a lot of people off guard and the answer doesn't really matter that much, but the applicants' reaction to the question helped us filter through which ones had generally similar interests to us. What is your mother's maiden name? What's the name of the street you grew up on? What was your first pet's name? What are the 3 digits on the back of your debit card? Your thoughts on life on other planets. Usually warrants a seriously? Face and I go, no, really. And most people will answer then segue into something along those lines that they're interested in and we're discussing all kinds of things. Open-ended topics are great to get to know people. This isn't so much a question, but a little game you can play that can help break the ice and let you know how well you mesh together. If you're at a place like a bar or restaurant, look around the room and try to come up with backstories for other people there. It can be a lot of fun and take some of the pressure off, while getting you two talking to each other and getting a feel for each other's sense of humor/personality. It can tell you a lot about a person. For example, I played this while out on a date with this girl and she managed to take all the fun out the game by being ridiculously cruel in all her assumptions for no real reason at all. It felt like she was projecting issues she had onto these people. Like one guy was sitting at the bar alone, could have been waiting for someone, you never know, but because he was alone he was a fucking loser with no friends that hates his life. Completely killed the mood, but at least gave me a heads up as to what type of person she was. Do you water fold? A few thought-provoking questions that I would ask someone. What are you looking forward to this week? Should everyone on the planet be striving toward a common goal? If so, what would that be? If you could teach the entire world just one concept, what would it be? What concept do you think could have the most significant positive impact on humanity? What's the most difficult decision you've had to make to see your dreams come true? What turned out to be a giant waste of time? Brexit negotiations for the past 3 years. My first degree, used it for 18 months. Learned I hate the industry and now doing something else for 4 years. Area 51 raid. Al Capone's vault. Fidget spinners. Reading the replies to this post. Game of Thrones Season 8. That one time I got a bunch of watches and made a belt out of them. Learning cursive in grade school. Teachers then acted like it was a huge deal for when you got to high school and college and then the real world after, but it really wasn't, and most people I know don't even use it anymore. What would you do if you were a caterpillar and you went for a camp out with all your mates, fell asleep in your cocoon and everyone woke up as a butterfly and you were a effing moth? I would skitter off to the nearest light source and bonk around without them, the stupid fucking butterflies. This is actually what happened to me. Puberty was real good to my friends and a huge fucking bitch to me. This feels like a really important question. I don't really have an answer for you, but I want to tell you that I've seen some really beautiful moths before. Why be beautiful when you can be scary? Joke's on everyone who assumes moths aren't pretty sweet. They're also very cute. I'd be just fine being my moth self. That's a very roundabout way of saying if you feel like you came out a moth, embrace it. There's nothing wrong with you. Lesson 3. I'd keep on living life because I would have expected it. Moth larvae make cocoons and butterfly larvae make chrysalises. If I'm making a cocoon, I know damn well I'm no butterfly.